This is a promotional copy given to me by the people at Surfing Meeple at Gencon 2024. Keep that in mind, as it may give some bias to my overview and thoughts and opinions of this game. Hello and welcome to Assorted Meeples. I'm Phillip the Meeple on duty, and today we are talking about the game's Gardlings. Now, this is a simple bag building, tile laying game. There is not necessarily a lot to it, but there is some good decision space, which I really appreciate out of a game. This is also a press your luck game, in that you have to keep going until you either run out of tiles to play, or you get more than 5 gnomes out in your garden, or pull more than 5 gnomes out of your bag. Or you run into the problem where you can't lay a tile that you have pulled out of your bag. At that point, you stop, wait for everybody else to finish. At the beginning of the game, everybody's going to get a bag. This plays 1 to 4 players. The solo mode is actually all the same, except for you are challenging yourself to get to 20 with only a certain number of tiles. The more you get, the worse you do. Let's get into how this game actually plays out. It is very straightforward. Everybody starts the game with a bag that has 4 single gnomes and 2 double gnomes in here, as well as 2 pity pigs. They're called pity pigs because if you don't complete enough gems to get any of these, you automatically get one of them and a coin. All you're going to do on your turn is you're going to be pulling out a tile, looking at it, seeing if, like I just drew a gnome, if you draw any more gnomes, you have to keep count of how many are out on your board. You're going to set it down, and the objective is around each tile, you have a gem of a different color. You are trying to lay your pieces. Let's see if I can't get one that I can match up with here. So this is a double gnome, and I'm going to match that up so that the gems that are the same connect. I'm going to keep doing that until I either hit more than 5 gnomes, or I run it to where, and I can always choose to stop. So say I just did that, and that's 3 gnomes, so I choose to stop right there. I have 1 gem completed. I could then come over here to the market, which has 4, 7, 10, or 14 gems that you can buy with. Now, these have more gems, bigger gems, better opportunities to finish. The pity pigs have blank spaces in them and some gems. So you're trying to build around all of that. Each tile has a certain critter on it. Like the pigs, if you get 3 pigs on your garden by the time it ends, whether you bust or not, you get an extra gold coin no matter what. The gnomes, if you draw more than 5 gnomes, you don't get nothing. You count up however many gems you had. You don't get to place that last tile. You count up however many gems you have, and then you subtract 3 because the gnomes steal 3. Don't care how many you have, they just take 3. So you have the gnomes, you have the pigs. The dragon allows you to ignore 1 gnome when you get 3 dragon tiles onto your out into your garden. I left the rules over there and I don't have this memorized. There are farmers, which have a 3 gem. If you complete that up with another farmer, it's worth 3 gems. There is the unicorn, which you can use at any time as long as it doesn't split your garden into 2 different gardens. So you can just move him over where he makes more sense and gets you more points. There are birdies, which have an egg on it that are any color, so you can match up any color you want to complete a gem. There are mushies that have a line connecting two of their gems, and if you complete both gems on each side, you get that extra gem in the middle. It's an easy way to rack up points if you have a bunch of those in there that you can complete. Now, those are all the basic rules, but you also have some advanced rules that I haven't even looked at because I'm just starting. You are going to be laying out your tiles like that once everybody's playing at the same time. Once you do that, you buy your tiles, you pick up your entire garden plus your new tile, throw it back in your bag, and you rinse and repeat until somebody gets to 20 gems, and then they're the winner. Now, if you want a slightly shorter game, you can get to 17 and call it a day as well. And you cannot use coins to get this final point as well. So you can't just hoard coins and be like, ha, I win. Like I said, this is a very simple gameplay loop, very basic and entertaining with a good puzzle space as you try to put it together. The artwork on this game is actually really solid. It's a cartoony style, but they have done a very good job of creating this artwork. My complaint is that it is very tiny artwork. It's smushed down and it's very hard to see in some regards, but that's just me. The dominoes themselves are not a bad size. They're the size of a standard domino, it feels like. It looks like about 1 inch by 2.5, something like that. I have not measured them, but they're good size. The artwork is small, but I understand you're working on a small space. But it's not cluttered and it's not crazy. The cons on this game, it is a very simple loop. If you are looking for more bones on your game, you will need to go to another game to get those. If you're looking for some simple fun where it's a good loop that you can try and puzzle out while still having enough brain power left to talk to the person at the table with you, this is a good one for that. And it's a competitive race, but you're not stabbing each other directly for it. You're not interacting. It's a solo group game. My biggest complaint on this game is the box. This is a huge box for the game content that is in it. I know this seems like a petty one, but again, overflowing game shelf doesn't need to be as big, makes me slightly angry. That is kind of all my complaints, except for stupid gnomes coming out when I don't want them to. Is this a game that I would have on my collection, on my shelf for a while? Yes. If I had kids that enjoyed this type of game, or I had a entry level, like me and my friends are just getting into board games, this is not a bad game to get used to bag building, tile laying. There are simultaneous play. There are a lot of good things going for this game. Does this stick around long on my shelf? Probably not, but it will probably get some gameplay. My only complaint is I would need another copy to play 6 players, because they say that you can play in multiples of 4. You just have to get more copies of it, and you can play as many people as you want because you're playing at simultaneous gameplay. Thank you guys very much for watching. Go out and source a copy of this. I will have a link in the description below. Leave a comment if you've played this one, like it. If you don't like it, what your opinions are on it, all those things. And we will see you next time. All right. Bye.